All right. Hey guys, welcome to our team call meeting. Yay. I'm just going to go ahead and mute everybody's audio just to make things easier. Um, Thank you guys for making the time to be on the call today. I'm super, super excited to share with you guys because I'm coming off of Summit, and Summit was just mind-blowing and so much information. I'm still trying to process it all, but it definitely just was a great motivator, and I'm excited to share with you guys just some gems that I've picked up. One of the biggest things that I took away from Summit was that this is my business and I'm the CEO, and it's my responsibility to take ownership of my own growth and my own education. So my goal in these next couple of team calls, I'm going to be sort of pulling from things I learned from Summit in the next couple of team calls. But my goal is not to reteach you what we learned at Summit. That's your job. The recordings are on YouTube. Find them, watch them, get educated. You're the CEO. This is you. But my job is to lead us as a team how we're going to move forward now that we have this information, because there were 25,000 people at Summit and even more people from home watching and learning and listening, and we all want to move our businesses forward. But will there be 25,000 people walking across the stage next year? No, because it's not just learning that will move your business forward. You have to take action on it. And this is what I have to remind myself, because I'm so excited. Oh, I've got all this information. My business is going to grow. Not necessarily. That information is only useful to you if you put it to work and you take action on it. So that's what my passion is, and my heart is, that we can take this information and we can take action on it and really move our businesses forward. So without further ado, let me go ahead and start the screen share so we can get into the call. All right, we are going to be talking about the 5 laws of coaching. This is something that I am stealing from the lovely Lindsay Matway, and she's just so brilliant. I really resonated with her 5 laws. But we're going to begin with our affirmations, and this is just something that I like to do at the beginning of every call, mostly for myself, because we come into these calls with lots going on in our day, and I just want us to refocus and remember why we're here, why we're investing in this time together. So the affirmation is, I am capable of helping others. I am capable of caring. I am willing to go outside of my comfort zone if it means others' lives can be changed. My story matters, and my story is powerful. All right, just some quick announcements. Team Cup and Super Saturday. If you're not on a Team Cup team, you have until the 31st at midnight to get registered. This is just a fun game that Beachbody does to kind of help us push ourselves a little bit more. They're doing it in August, and that's because August is typically a slower month for people. It's the summer, getting ready for back to school. So it's just a really fun kind of game, if you will. And Becca broke down all the ways that you can get points, and you can definitely go into the Coach Online office, and they have all sorts of information on the Team Cup. It's a team of 5 people. You can only have 1 diamond, but you don't have to have a diamond coach to make a team. And it's just great. It's one of those things where you just set some crazy goal, like, I'm going to get 50 Success Club points, and maybe you only get 20, but you got 20 because you set your sights high, you pushed yourself, you got some momentum going, and you get to build together as a team with your other 4 teammates. So that's really fun. Definitely get on a Team Cup. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't hurt your business. It can only help you and move you forward. So why not? If you need help getting plugged in a team, let me know, and we can find a team for you to get on. The second thing is Super Saturday. Tomorrow is Super Saturday. In some places, it might be on Sunday. You can go to your Coach Online office, and Team Beachbody has a list of all the different locations that have Super Saturday. This is awesome because it's almost like a mini summit. It's going to be a place where you get to have a lot of interaction with other coaches in your area. You're going to do a group workout. You're going to get to see some videos from corporate and just get a lot more information, because they just launched like crazy amounts of product at Summit. They launched Size. Shakeology Boost, Performance Line. We've got the new Masters in Chisel coming out in December. There's so much going on that these Super Saturdays are just great places to kind of take a morning, get with other coaches. It really puts a fire under me, and I think it will under you too. So I would say, as much in your power as you possibly can, make Super Saturdays a priority because they're fantastic. So let's get into the laws of coaching. Law number 1 says, don't let anyone determine what you're capable of. Because I know plenty of people who didn't believe in me or Beachbody, but the only belief I needed to be successful in this was my own. So this is one of those, put your blinders on, know that you know that you know that this is what you're supposed to be doing, and go for it. The only caveat I would say is your spouse believing in you. That is definitely a different sort of thing altogether, and I'm going to talk about that later on in the call. But there are going to be other people around you who just either they don't believe in you, which really is a reflection that they don't believe in themselves, and they're kind of putting that on you, or they don't believe in Beachbody, but they probably just don't know anything about Beachbody. And it's just one of those things where you have to put your blinders on, and you have to believe in yourself. And sometimes, especially if they're very negative, the block and unfollow buttons are your best friends. And I don't mean to say that in like an antisocial, aggressive way, but I know for me, I can't unread stuff. Once I read it, and it gets in my mind, and I think over it, and I lay down at night, and it plays over in my mind. And so in order to protect my belief in what I'm doing, because that unbelief is poison, it gets in there, and it starts rattling around, and it can disintegrate the belief that you have. So you need to protect that. You need to protect your own belief, because as strong as your belief is, that's how strong your business is going to be. They are directly correlated. If you believe strongly that you can help people and make a difference, if you believe strongly that these products are amazing tools that can change people's lives, that belief will propel your business forward. But if you let the unbelief come in and start raining on your parade, it's like poison. It's going to destroy it, and that's the limiting factor to your business. So protect that. Cut the negative people out of your life if you can. Dive into personal development. Dive into your why. Why are you doing this? And let that grow your own belief, and that will grow your business. Law number 2, constantly look for ways to serve in the lives of others without looking for something in return. Every job should be looked at as a service job. No matter if you're an accountant, postman, coach, or server, give people the best of you no matter what you do. Guys, this is true for coaching, and it's true for anything. If you give your best, no matter what you do, you could be a janitor, whatever. If you give your best, you're going to rise to the top. If you give your best, people are going to notice. If you give your best, people will be attracted to you simply because of the quality of effort and positivity that you're bringing to what you're doing. So if you're constantly looking for ways to serve in the lives of others, this is what sets us apart from other people in network marketing who only want to be takers, and who only want to make a sale, and who only want to further their own agenda. The biggest thing we learned at Summit is that it's not about you and your agenda. It's not about you and your accomplishments. It's about helping others. It's about consistently investing and giving into the lives of others, not looking for something in return. Trusting that that positivity will attract the right people to you, and that that's a powerful force that can just continue to spread and continue to make ripples of success for you. So give your best no matter what. Even if someone told you they don't want to buy a challenge pack, told you they don't want Shakeology, told you they don't like any of that stuff, told you that it's all a scam, just shower them with love. Just shower them with positivity. Continue to check in with them. Continue to give to them. You cannot help but win if that is your motivation, and if that is your focus, and if that is your goal. Because if you were on the call last night with Becca, people sometimes need to hear things like, I think the average is like 7 times before they say yes. And not that your goal is even to get them to say yes, but if you give up at the first try, you could miss out on someone who could just totally benefit from this. And it just takes time and love to get to that point where you can really help them and break through. So consistently give your best no matter what. Law number 3, stretch yourself beyond what you think you're capable of every single day. If you are not uncomfortable at least 5 times a day, then there's a good chance you're not growing in the direction of your dreams. You have to be willing to do the little things you don't want to do in the short term to get the big things you do want to do in the long term. This is my favorite law, my very, very favorite law. I love it and I hate it. It's just like working out. If you go through a whole workout and you're never uncomfortable, not even once, chances are you will not see any change in your body. You will not see any growth. You will not build new muscle, and you're wasting your time. You're literally wasting your time. If I'm here and like this little pen is my weight, I could do like 1,000,000 reps and I am never going to feel uncomfortable and I'm never going to grow. You have to get uncomfortable to see growth. You have to do it consistently. If you're not consistently pushing outside of that comfort zone, you will not grow. And I know we all want to grow because we are not satisfied with staying in our comfort zone. We're not satisfied with just the status quo. Not that we're not grateful for what we have, but part of what makes Speak Dakota Coaches so amazing is that we want to be better. We want to affect change. We want to just promote this positivity and build a movement of people who are doing great things. And great things only happen outside of your comfort zone. So my encouragement to you is be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And even if it's just one tiny step, if it makes you like, oh, I don't know if I should do that. Like if you're in the Revive group right now, which is this big group Becca's doing with some of her success partners, day 1 was post a video of yourself sharing why you think you can help people. That is super uncomfortable for so many people, but they want to move their business forward. They want growth more than they're afraid of it. They posted that video. Day 2 was personally invite 10 people based on that video. Another super uncomfortable thing. Some people had never invited that many people before in one day in their life. And you know what happened? Time after time, people are checking into the group saying, oh my gosh, I just sold 2 challenge packs. I just sold 3 challenge packs. I just was able to help and connect with like 7 people who need my help. And I never even knew they needed my help. Outside of your comfort zone is where the magic happens. And maybe you're not at that point where you would post a whole video, but maybe you just need to start posting 3 to 5 times consistently. And maybe you do need to post a video. Maybe you need to message 10 people. Maybe you need to message 50 because 10 is comfortable. Whatever it is that your comfort zone is, you have to push outside of it if you want that goal of helping people. If you never talk to people, you will never help people. That's just the truth of it. So do you want it more than you're afraid of it? That's the question you have to answer. Law number 4 is add value to people's lives. Leave everyone better for having known you. Listen to them without thinking what you're going to say next. Really take in the emotion in their words and respond with thoughtfulness. This alone sets you apart from the pack. A lot of people are intimidated by the thought of coaching someone or helping someone or leading someone. It is intimidating. It is somewhat uncomfortable ground. But honestly, people don't come to our challenge groups. The real value in our challenge groups is not the recipes. It's not the meal plans. It's not the grocery lists. You can find all of that on Pinterest and you can find all of that on blogs, and none of that is unique really to a challenge group. What you can't get on Pinterest is somebody who will send you a private message and care about you. Somebody who will send you a text and say, how are you doing? Someone who will encourage you and say, you are killing it. Great job. You can't get that on Pinterest. You can't get that on a blog. That's what coaches do. We add value to people's lives with love. And that's something that even if you have no degrees in nutrition, you don't know anything about fitness, you don't know where to begin, you can still love people and reach out and be that positive voice. Because a lot of people who are starting their fitness journey, their circle of friends are typically moving in one direction, and that's an unhealthy direction. They go out to eat at the same places, they go out to drink at the same places, they have the same diets, and now they're trying to swim upstream, and that's really hard. And that's where they need someone to grab them by the hand and encourage them and believe in them. And that's where coaches come in. I don't care what you know about fitness. If you care about other people, you can be a fantastic coach, period. That's all there is to it. That's what sets us apart. That's where our power is. Now, yes, as you grow as a coach, of course, you're going to want to help people more. You're going to want to learn more about nutrition. You're going to want to learn more about fitness. And that's just a natural thing that you'll grow in as time goes by. But today, from day one, where you're at, I don't care how much you know, you can care for people. That's the power. That's the magic. All right, law number 5, work on your own problems and issues first before you try to change others. This was a big turning point in my life. So many of us spend our time picking apart others, pointing out how easy it would be for them to turn their life around, but do nothing about changing our own lives. You want to help others change? Start living up to the potential in your own life. You cannot make someone change, but you can inspire them to seek their own light by shining yours. This is why the 3 vital behaviors are practically just all about you. Do your own personal development. Do your own workouts. Drink Shakeology. Eat clean. Be healthy yourself. Deal with your own demons, because you can't make anybody else change. I've wasted so much time and energy trying to make other people want it, trying to make other people do the work and be healthy. And I'm not in their house. I can't throw stuff off their plate and throw stuff on their plate. I can't put their spoon to their mouth. I'm wasting my time if I'm trying to change others. But what I can do is focus on my own problems and my own issues and getting healthy food on my plate and getting healthy food on my table and doing my workouts and then just sharing that with others and letting that light shine so that I'm inspiring them to want it for themselves, because they are the ones who have to want it. And if I'm exhausting myself trying to force somebody else to be healthy or to work their business, I'm gonna just fall apart and not inspire anybody. So work on your own problems first. If you don't know where to start helping others, start with yourself. Start with your own issues. If you struggle with self-confidence, start with reading books on self-confidence. Grow yourself, and people are gonna notice. It's gonna be so apparent that something is changing, and they're gonna ask you about it. And as you change and as you grow, you're gonna just feel compelled to want to share it with others. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel. When I hang out with my mom or my sisters, if I just found a new recipe or if I just found a new book, I can't shut up about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, you have to try this recipe. It's so easy. I can finally fit healthy eating into my life. This is crazy. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll try it. But that only happens if I start with me, if I start with changing my own self. So those are the 5 laws. I'm going to put these slides up for you in the team page, but those are the 5 laws of coaching. And now I want to move on to a few gems from my time at Summit, just some things that just stood out to me as utterly fantastic. The first one is amateurs hide behind a product. Professionals lead with their passion. So people don't care about all the details of the 21-day fix. People don't care about the ingredient list in Shakeology. I mean, some people do, but that's not what's going to attract them by putting up here's all the ingredients in Shakeology. Here's what this does for you. That's great information. You should know that. But people care about what you're passionate about. People care about what just lights a fire in you. So, for example, Beachbody just came out with the Shakeology Boosts. These are supplements that you can add to your Shakeology. And I kind of wasn't like that excited about them. I mean, I was like, oh, that's good, but I don't know how that would fit into my life. So I haven't really talked about them because I'm not going to talk about something just because Beachbody came out with it. I'm only going to talk about it if it resonates with me. Well, fast forward to yesterday, I'm still trying to catch up on sleep from Summit because we got to bed at like 2 in the morning and woke up at 5:30 almost every day. So I'm still catching up. So I wake up exhausted and I'm like, I really need coffee. But coffee makes, my body does not do well with coffee. Like I start to sweat, my heart races. I just feel like I drink it when I need it because I have no choice. Like I just got to get through the day, but I don't feel good when I drink coffee. So I was like, gosh, I guess I really could use that energy boost from Shakeology. Maybe that would be a good one to get. Then fast forward a little bit further in the day, I start getting a sore throat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I'm not getting sick. And I think, man, it'd be nice to have those greens to add to my Shakeology to like get my immune system a little stronger. Then, because my kids have been eating kind of, with grandma and dad, and who knows what they've been feeding them, probably pizza and, sugar the whole week. Like, my kids are literally screaming in pain because they can't poop and they're having trouble. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had the digestive, whatever supplement to add to their Shakeology to help them out, poor babies. And all of a sudden I'm like, I can see how these 3 boosts can fit into my lifestyle. Well, so I ordered them last night, and as I use them, if I feel like they're working for me and my family, I'm going to start talking about them. But I'm not going to talk about them until I have passion, until I can lead with passion, until I can lead with, I believe in these products, I'm using them. So don't hide behind a product, but lead with your passion. That is going to be what compels people to want to join you and try them themselves. The second gem from Summit, building your business is a marathon. And to be successful in a marathon, you need to see milestones. So when people are running a marathon, they can see their progress. They can see how many miles that they've run. And there's something in your brain that gives you this reward when you inch your way closer to a goal. But if you're running a marathon and you literally have no idea where you're at in the marathon, how are you going to finish? Like, you're going to be so exhausted. And sometimes the only thing that keeps you going is knowing that you have only 5 more miles left, right? But if you don't even know where you're at, you're going to lose your drive. You're going to want to give up, and things, imagine if somebody gave up like literally 1 mile before the end of the marathon because they didn't know if it was 1 mile or 10 miles. You're in the thick of it. So I would suggest to you, set up small milestones for yourself. If you're first starting off, say, I just want to help one person, just one person. If you've been hitting Success Club 5 consistently, you know what? I want to try for Success Club 10. If you've got 4 coaches on your team, say, you know what, by the end of August, I'd like 2 more. Like, set up these small milestones for yourself to give yourself and to give your brain even just this sense of like accomplishment. I'm inching my way towards my goal, because we do have some big goals. I know a lot of us do, and that's great. But what are you going to do between now and then? How are you going to keep yourself motivated? Make sure that you have small milestones, that you can see them, that you can accomplish them, that you can feel good about moving yourself forward. And then the last Summit gem is, this is a formula for dealing with objections. So when you start talking to people and they say, I don't have the time to work out right now, I don't want to join your group, or I really don't, it's not in the budget right now. Having this formula, feel, felt, found, is a great way to empathize with others, to connect with them, to relate to them, and then also to bring in the truth of what you found. So if someone is having trouble with the cost of the challenge pack, you could say, you know what, I totally feel you. When I first saw the price, I was taken aback. That's so much money. But I felt like I should go for it. I felt like this could be a really great thing for my family. And what I found was our grocery bill is coming down because we're just eating whole foods and we're not spending lots of money on snacks. I found that we're eating out less because we're not grabbing fast food on the road. I found that it's actually fitting in with our budget. I found that by coaching and helping 1 or 2 people a month, it's taken my Shakeology costs and it's reimbursed me for it. So feel, felt, found is a great formula to help you empathize, but still be able to combat whatever objections that you come in contact with. All right, this last slide is awesome. This is all about your relationships. Chalene Johnson did a talk at Summit. And if you know anything about Chalene, she is the social media guru. She knows all about Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest and how to get your tribe built. So that's what we expected her to speak on, but we were pleasantly surprised. She actually spoke on relationships. And her very first tip was, everybody needs to just have more sex. You need to be connecting and investing in your relationship with your spouse. You need to envision them. You need to spell out for them what it will take for you to be successful. This is not my business. This is our business. When you win as a coach, your entire family wins. Your marriage should be strengthened, not teared down by you being a coach. So if I don't know where you guys are at with your spouse, my spouse is incredibly, incredibly supportive, but it took some work. Initially, he was extremely skeptical. He was calling it a pyramid scheme. He was, really nervous and not happy by all the time I was spending investing in my business. But as I was able to show him success stories, I would have him come and sit with me and watch a little 3-minute video. As I was able to share with him how excited I was, I shared with him every Success Club point, every paycheck. I would tell him, I made this much this week. Every, success that my challengers had, their before and afters, I would show him. Be like, look at this person. She just lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks. Look at how great she looks. And little by little, as I shared with him every success and every journey and what my vision was for the future, he began to just buy into this whole idea. He began to buy into the vision that I had, but I had to do some work to get him on board because, he's in his world. He's not listening to team calls every night like I am. He's not, hearing messages from all of my challengers whose lives are being changed. So I had to bring him into that and envision him. And I'm still learning how to keep him and my marriage a priority because we have 3 small kids. And add on top of that, my coaching job, it's not easy to find the time, but her message, Shalene's message, was just fantastic. I would definitely recommend that you listen to it. Listen to it with your spouse if he's willing. It's about 20 minutes. And my favorite thing that she said is marriage is not 50-50. Some days you have to be the hero and some days he has to be the hero. And that is so true. We are all always shifting. We're always, some days he's strong, some days I'm strong. And I just felt like that was such an awesome way to think through this whole situation. So that is my call for today. I'm going to go ahead and stop the share and stop the recording.